Jonno, how sweet was that?
Oh, it was amazing. So happy for the club. Everybody at the club, after what we've gone through over the last few weeks, any win would have done today. I thought performance-wise, no better than any other games, so I'm totally honest with you. But you know what you're up against straight away before you even start against Alfreton. But I'm delighted for the football club. We've gone through some tough times over the last 2 or 3 weeks, results and the various other things, but that resilience we've just shown there right at the end, twice, to keep coming back. It needed to sit in. We made the decision. We're not settling for a draw. We can't settle for a draw. We have to push. And that might have meant losing 4-2 in the end. And then the stick starts again, doesn't it? Because people say, well, shop and take a draw, but we don't do that. Rightly or wrongly, we don't do that. And the guts that we've just shown have been amazing. As I said, that's when you can pick a way to win with 10 men and in a proper battle. That's the way to do it. So hopefully there's another bounce off the back of this now, and lads start to build real confidence off what we've done today.
In a 6 or 7 minute interview, I'm struggling now to cram all my questions in.
That you are.
Firstly, I'll skip the first half and the goals. The Danny Livesey sending off, your thoughts on that?
I thought it was absolutely no different to Tom Allen's tackle who got a booking in the first half when he side down JJ. No different. But because it's in front of the dugout, because emotions are quite high and they're chasing the game, the referee...
And everyone paddles in.
Everyone paddles. When they give themselves that type of time, you're generally thinking it's not a decent outcome. But I like to think I'm honest. That's one thing I like to think I am, is honest. How many slide tackles, how many aggressive tackles they put in, and I've got no problem with that, no problem whatsoever. And then the first one we make, the first time we go to ground, we get to send it off, and you all know that, you all know exactly what he's about as a man. He's not a dirty player. It was a tackle that needed to be made. If he gets a yellow card, we're all saying great decision making. Awful decision, awful.
And then you go to 2-1, and then what a goal! 1-1, and then you go, what a goal from Weeks. It really was a cracking goal.
Yeah, I think we did really well to keep it alive in the top corner over there. Lovely bit of skill to get away from his man, and then I'm thinking, right, who can he pass to next? There's no one up with him. We're tired. We're don't counter tackles. Don't give anything away to get that strike off. We know what again. There's another player that did that last season, probably 5 or 6 times. He's got that in his locker. I think he needed it in terms of, I don't think from his own perspective he hasn't had the performance levels yet, for obvious reasons, high standards. He needed that, and that's what Declan Weeks is all about. And it was good to see him going up back in the team, sort of pushing on later on, trying to get that second goal and the winner.
I'm trying to think of the chronology of events now. And then you get sent off.
Yeah,
again,
I don't understand it. There was 20-30 people having a row and shouting. And
you got into a debate with them. Let's put it.
Well, I got in a debate with a big fella, the best player on the pitch, who is a big bully. He's a big bear. That's what he does. He's been doing it for the last 15 years. I remember playing against him when he was at Congleton before he went to Eastwood and Mansfield with Paul Cox. He's a top player. But some people stand in awe of him. You let him push you about and stuff like that. And some of the stuff he was coming out with was wrong. It's not acceptable from any point of view. So if managers of teams and football clubs aren't to stand up and be counted in terms of accepting what he's
You're talking about verbal.
Yeah, so it was nothing.
Telling us what it was.
It wasn't a sending off. I didn't do enough and I had been sent off 30 times as a manager, and that's a load of nonsense. How do I get off it's a yellow card? It's nonsense. Yeah. I thought it was a load of rubbish, but I was just trying to not affect anything, but just trying to kind of situation
and debate the situation.
Absolutely, that's all I ever do is debate the situation.
Yeah. And Reed, it was, who else, gets an equaliser to make it 2-2, and obviously he's ebullient after that. And you think, oh crikey, are you going to come back from this? But he did.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the ground are probably thinking, don't lose once he scores that goal. I mean, I was right behind up here in the media suite, and it's beautiful. Coming back, you're taught from a young age when you're heading a ball, go back, head it back, which comes from superb, gets above Dan Cowan, and you're thinking, oh damn. And then to go up the other end, I thought Darren Stevenson's play in the last 10 minutes was unbelievable. Really, really good as a lone striker, with confidence down, I think, and a lot of pressure on him. Being signed as a big name signing, essentially. And what an header it was! What an absolutely brilliant header. And I'm not sure. I don't know if it was a big fella. It was actually marking Dan Cowan. It'd be bittersweet if it was. And I saw that they went back and forth with each other. And that's what football's all about. It's about emotion.
It was their 5 that got the verbals from the other defenders. So I assumed it was the 5.
Yeah, as I say, I'm not too sure. I have to watch it back. But we've shown an unbelievable resilience. And as I say, I'm delighted for everyone at the football club. I think we needed it. I think we needed to win like that, if I'm honest with you. You could hear the noise and the buzz around the place. You know, the board members up here were getting excited, and that's what football's all about. We haven't seen enough of that over the last couple of weeks, so it's nice to be stood here not giving mitigating circumstances and perhaps why we didn't win.
I said in the final piece, this is going to sound daft, but it wasn't so much the result today, but I've made many daft comments in the past, so I don't mind, I'm used to that. But I said it was the commitment and the fight that impressed me. Forget the result. I mean, it's great that Chester won, but it was the fight and the composure and the way they keep coming back, the character.
And that's a hallmark of mine and Verner's team. People say, what's this hallmark that everyone goes on about? That's what we're about. We've done it a few times at this football club now. A lot of the negativity with results, and rightly so, that point that was, there's not enough talked about how many times. In fact, I think it was our first season that we beat Alfreton in the last minute 3-2 with Robbo, getting his third goal, and the Kingsland one. Our teams do that. And when you've gone through what we've gone through, I was half expecting us to be on the ground with 10 men, not being able to get back the pitch, but that is exactly what we are about as a football club. You know, this is a community football club, it's a fan-owned football club, and as you said quite rightly, people come to see the work ethic of football players. You pay your money, you want good performance, you want wins, but ultimately, as long as they see you working hard for the shirt, like the Darren Stevenson performance, that's what they're happy with. So we can go away all together and be absolutely delighted with what we've come through today, having been through what we have done for the last 2 weeks.
You're going to save it tonight?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've not been able to do it for the last 2 weeks. I've been going home in a sulk and like you do. But we've got to think about Chorley now. Chorley've had an unbelievable win today, and it's a really, really tough game. It gives us, for the first time, now got a week to be able to prepare, get lads back. And I said to Shane yesterday on his show that there was light at the end of the tunnel. And I think Deck, Glenno, lads like that getting through 90 minutes, Paddy being on the bench, Kev Roberts getting back on the pitch, Clark getting through another 90 minutes. That's why we can see that light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully we start to come out the other side of the tunnel as well now.
Save it.